has come.
Artanis we talked about earlier. Amateur opponent gives him a bunch of race on the Immortal, and Li Ming, an excellent team fighting assassin, gets her resets when she takes a takedown, giving her a lot of pressure in team fights. Church of Murky probably going to look to respond here with a bruiser and assassin, but you never know. Just because it's meta doesn't mean you have to be a slave to it. Last night we had a team win pretty handily with the triple assassin setup on Battlefield of Eternity. Malthael and Genji coming out. Looks like Malthael will probably be in the solo lane. Genji and Vala are your assassins, so I really like the looks of that comp. You have Muradin to CC someone, Vala and Malthael to set up the kill, and Genji to swift strike in and just finish that kill off and swift strike all over the place. Really strong comp here for Church of Murky. I'd be worried if I were Winky Face. But they got a lot of blinds on their side if Artanis goes Suppression Pulse. I'll be curious to see if they maybe pick up a Cassia here to deal with the auto attacks of Genji and Vala. They choose instead to go with a Thrall. Thrall's going to be a melee assassin here. Probably Artanis in the solo lane, so you'll have Thrall fighting alongside his team, getting stacks, maybe even on Crash Lightning. Doing a lot of poke damage with that. Got the roots with the Wolf. Two very strong comps here. I think, though, if I were pressed to choose, I would probably, just based purely on composition, put my money on the side of Church of Murky. I think that's a very strong draft. But yeah, it's teams are going to be loading in here. It'll be very interesting to see how stacked Thrall gets if he goes to some of the different questing talents. I think that'll make a big difference on whether or not he is the extremely impactful hero he can be. He also has the choice of ultimates here. He's got the Earthquake, or he's got the Sundering, make the big stun down a line, or the big slow for a lot of control over team fights. I think both could be very strong here. I'm not seeing anything in particular that maybe gets a huge advantage from the slows, like something like a Phoenix with his salvo would get. And yeah, we talked about just the fight, the blow up of Church of Murky. It's gonna be a fun one, guys. Hopping into the game now.
Prepare yourselves for battle, heroes.
On the red team, we've got Spogino on the Artanis. He'll be solo laning at the top. Genzer's on Thrall. VZ on the Deckard Cain. Brick House on the Li Ming. And Tudimas on the Jamana. Now on Church of Murky over here in the blue, we've got Malthael, played by JShow574. We've got Shock on the Genji. Ellerin on the Spinning's making it really hard. Stukov, fairly new skin. Begully on the Muradin, and Orion on the Vala. Good luck, have fun's coming out from the side of Winky Face. Teams are going to meet here. Standard 4-1 split, 4 in the bottom lane, 1 in the top. Teams are going to kind of dance around one another. Looks like we got the first talents coming out here. Got Fetid Touch, Fear the Reaper, Hunger Monster Hunter, Swift as the Wind, Perfect Storm, Advanced, Power Hungry, Amateur Opponent, Scroll of Identify, Echoes of the Elements, Pause and Code. That Stormbolt quest, be watching for Muradin and be looking to maybe play slightly suboptimally with his Stormbolts just to stack it up to get that damage higher and higher over the course of the game. At least especially in this, first skirmish here. Drawing a big Condemn coming out. Teams both working well. Just clearing the waves. Deckard throwing potions everywhere. Sustaining his team, keeping up. Tudimas waiting. Caught by the Deckard. Scroll to the ceiling. So instead, just be watching the teams kind of hanging around. Nothing much happening. Keep an eye out for the first rotations to the camps here. Got the Siege camp at the bottom and the top lane. And then kind of on either side, you've got the Shaman camps that push. Shaman camps usually get picked up a little closer to the objective, but the Siege camps, usually as soon as one team finds an advantage, they might go pick that up with a little bit of incremental advantage, pushing those extra Cosmos down. Big orb out from Brick House onto the Gully. Gully responds in kind of the Storm Bolt. Not a whole lot of extra. Checking on the top lane, see how the two are matching up. Both solo laners just kind of hanging out. Not a whole lot going on. Looks like lanes will be frozen pretty close to the middle here. Malthael pushing in a little bit. Artanis pushing it right back out. And the strike in, just clearing the way. What's happening here? Thrall might be splitting off here to go do his Shaman camp. We'll see how Church of Murky responds. They've rotated down here. They've taken the siege camp to the bottom lane. So they're pushing that. Just use that as an incentive to give themselves a little time to pick up the bruiser camp on the left side. This camp going to be picked up easily. Looks like no invade coming. Bruiser camp over here, still not being touched by the side of Church of Murky. Mortals will be spawning 10 here.
I shall purge your evil from this land.
Team's gonna go ahead and start racing here. Looks like we've got the Shaman camps pushing down both sides nicely. See, Malthael's gonna clear out the Shaman camp at the top. Face not sending anybody down the bottom just yet to clear that out. Action here in the lane. Winky Face. Burning in, they're going to force the halftime show. Halftime show goes over to Winky Face. Malthael taking a lot of time here to clear out this Shaman camp. What's going on up here? Genji's going to come lend his aid. Mortals go to race positions. Church of Murky working very hard to burn theirs down. But Winky Face had a solid lead at halftime. Looks like they'll probably be able to finish. It's going to be race. Going right down to the wire. Ooh, the Red Immortal falls first. Wow, even with a halftime show advantage, Church of Murky is going to grab the Immortal. Well done on that race. Immortal's going to spawn in the top lane here. Members of both teams rotating up to push with defeat push against the Immortal. Solo laners go to the wayside. Looks like we're not going to see a full commit S5 just yet. Immortal shield's already gone since they were so low based on the race. Took out Lurking Arm, not enough to dissuade 2D monster from waiting. Stormbolt though might be enough to face her pop her Iron Skin. She kind of backs off, working down the Immortal. Immortal fall, just got the one tower, got the gate. Don't expect to see a whole lot. Early Immortal, Lurking Arm, big root from Decker Kane. Thrall's going super low. Vala draws first blood. Trying to wait out with the Iron Skin, caught with a weighted pustule by Stukov, but she's going to be tanky enough to make it away. Church of Murky here, though, knowing that they have a bit of an advantage, they have level 7s for just a second here, they're going to work on taking down this siege camp. Top lane camp picked up easily. Push with that. Use those extra Khazras, make a little bit of a big wave, push in, hopefully finish the wall down. Started, huge contest. Pops her Iron Skin, so she's going to be out of trouble just fine. Team's poking back and forth here. One Khazra already down. Wave being taken apart nicely by the members of Winky Face. Looks like it's not. Church of Murky just really not even interested in the fight here. Just lets the camp get taken out for free. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Winky Face had sent 2 members down. They take the siege camp on the bottom. We pushed it really slowing Genzer's down there on the Thrall. Looks like the teams are relatively happy with where they are relative to one another. Slight experience lead for Church of Murky, but not much to write home about. Thrall completed his level 1 quest. That was Echo of the Elements. Yep. Nicely done by him. Immortal spawning here in just a second. Racing bad boys down. I think stun on the Vala. Murdered. Got 4-4 big lurking arm here. Thrall's dropping super low. Stun silence dropped by Vala. Winky Face now retreating. Vala and Murden giving chase. Lion will force them to back away. They'll rotate down now with their advantage here for 10 seconds. Continue to work on the bottom Immortal. J-Show was down here already working on. Winky Face showing up to contest a little bit. J-Show needs a big orb. Just barely dodges the conventional shift by Tannis. J-Show now dropping far too low for his own liking. Shock his backline on the Genji. Pops deflect. Jumps away. Stormbolt misses. Oh boy, he misses. shieling away. Rick Hellis and that Li Ming will do a lot of damage. Halftime show popped. Church of Murky is in the lead here after their kill. Oh, Genji jumps in. Iron's just getting popped, jumps away. Root out, he pops his deflect. We're all giving chase with Wind Fury. Genzer's dropping super low again. Murden jumps in. Auto attack's not enough. Deckard throwing the potions at the poor orc to keep him alive. Shaman camps back up on both sides. Looks like the members of Winky Face just going back to tap here. Still 12,000 to 10,000 in terms of health. Church of Murky just kind of taking the aggressive defensive position here. While Winky Face content to just work down their shop, get that pushing demand a response from Church of Murky. Church of Murky looks like they might be considering doing the same thing. They realized a little late. Joanna's scouting this out. 2D taking a peek. Towards sending the entire team in here. Sukov realizes, yeah, now's the time to do this camp. Oh boy, big swap in. J-Show in the puddle. J-Show trying to keep himself alive. Not enough. But health bar is dropping low on the side of Winky Face. Big condemn here, trying to keep the Genji away. Gino. Oh boy. Murden drops him. But the counter kill on Murden as well. Man, 2 down on the side of Church of Murky, 1 down on Winky Face. Winky Face stepping up. Damage on the Immortal. Green arrow out onto Thrall. All those potions from Deckard about to run out. It's out of mana. Looks like he'll probably have to go either tap for some more mana, or if he doesn't have that, maybe even pull back. 10 is now online for Church of Murky. Winky Face retreats. Maybe just seeing that 10 is enough to make them realize, hey, maybe we should find some more experience. They're almost a half a level behind at this point. Deckard and Li Ming both full backing. They're all dismounts. They're trying to do the task of dissuading Church of Murky from taking down the group, but it looks like it will not be enough. Ooh. Last right just barely doesn't connect there on the wall. Church of Murky, though, obtains another Immortal. This one with about a quarter of its health and shielding. Orb picked up in the middle. It's going to push bottom. Booyah, says J Fly. Booyah indeed. Welcome to the stream, buddy.
There is no place.
Part of the mechanics of this map, the Mortal has ranged attacks as long as it has a shield. Once the shield's been stripped off, now you see it move into melee range here. It's a slight bit weaker and much easier to defend inside the Winky Face. 10's picked up on both sides now. Looking at the ultimates, we have the Purifier Beam on Tannis. We've got Wave of Force on Li Ming. Stay a while. Listen, Deckard, Earthquake on Crawl. Boy, big stay a while and listen catches 3 members. The Immortal still working very hard to take down the 4 all in his own zone. The rest of the members skirmish at his feet. Bottom 4 falls for Winky Face. Church of Murky finds himself about a level ahead. But even talent here, so Winky Face is not afraid to go ahead and step up forward to see what they can do. Blessed Shield also picked up by Joanna. Stukov has massive shove, last right on Melfield, Reign of Vengeance, Vala. Looks like Genji has X-Strike and Murden has Avatar. Aegis is popping out for healing, pushing back the members of Church of Murky. Poking back and forth. Pretty massive aim. Don't see a lot. Trying to make big plays. Oh boy, Murden might step too far forward here though. Pops his Avatar. Earthquake response. Not enough to get Murden out. Balls kills are 3-3 here. That catch-up experience surviving kill put Winky Face much closer than Church of Murky. Siege down the front wall of the bottom fort. We'll work on the siege camp at the bottom. Members of the Church of Murky just clear the way. Joanna anchoring that bush nicely. Green Arrow scouting out that bush. Sees 2D Moss. 2D Moss says, I've got a bajillion health. You aren't coming in. Brookhouse porting back for mana. Rest of the members here look like they might be rotating to push this wave out a little bit, get it caught up with their camp. Members of Church of Murky here have rotated to their Shaman camp. Pick that up, get that pushing nicely down the lane during this Immortal phase. Looks like Winky Face not interested in doing the same thing. Oh, they might have a gank coming out here on top of the knockdown. There's the beam, there's the Blessed Shield, 2 big ults used. Tragic Cube is enough to drop the Malfield. Big gank here before the race. Aggressive rotation there by Winky Face. I like it a lot though. Kind of knew they had an intuition about where Church of Murky would be, and where Church of Murky expected Winky Face to be. So Winky Face kind of went against the tendency there, maybe. Went and got the gank in the top lane, and now they've got about 15 seconds of advantage. Li Ming shelling away at the Immortal from far. Looks like Church of Murky, though, might be looking to repay the favor with the gank onto Thrall. Hungering Arrow twice, Rain of Vengeance, and the Swift Strike through. Thrall falls. Nice gank response by Church of Murky. Very happy to pay here. Immortal. Lots of damage on the Verdin. He'll have a second way to heal himself back up. Stukov going to aid that with a healing pustule. Hungry Arrow coming out on the Immortal. Big damage. Malfield might find himself in deep here. The swap. The Immortal stun advantage to the dodge jet. But Li Ming able to finish off the kill. Stay alive on this one. X strike out from Genji. Ult being popped all over the place. Genji has to hop away. But it's still a 5 versus 4. Thrall is back alive. Members of Church of Murky will back off to a more defensive stance. Brickhouse again stepping up, tossing the Arcane missiles. Both teams looking to fight here. Big earthquake here. Orion might catch themselves in a little deep. Orion falls the orb. Oh boy, Deckard finishes off Stukov. While forcing Muradin away. And Face going to be able to force the halftime show here. 25 seconds still on the death timers for both Vala and Stukov. Looks like Winky Face should be able to finish off this Immortal. Brickhouse is going to just go ahead and back for mana. Shroud just barely missing anything there. Stop the court. Genji working on just taking out this shield safely. Malfield up there. Trying to lessen the damage about to happen from this Immortal. Immortal goes over with 9,000 shielding to the side of Winky Face. I believe that's their first Immortal of the game. And their entire team's going to go ahead and rotate topside here. Big swap looking out on the Malfield. Lets the shield misses. J-Show stuck way in the middle. Way too deep. Unfortunate for Genji. Pops the slash right with no effect. Li Ming took a lot of pressure from the Genji, but it wasn't enough to drop him. Immortal sieging down this top fort wall now. Arcanus decides he's had enough of this brawl. Now that they took out the Malfield, he's going to go get the reset from the bottom. The rest of the members here in the face. Sieging down this fort, trying to get himself 16 and the talent here advantage to really push this fight. Shell away with orbs, Joanna punching the wall with her flail. Top fort fall, Immortal still has half health, weighted pustule to dismount Joanna. Vala just absolutely shelling away on that Immortal. Basically takes it out before it reaches the wall. Its final stun, however, stuns 3 members, going to kind of dissuade them from chasing that fight, but they probably don't want to chase it anyway, given that 16s have been reached on the side of Winky Face. Winky Face moves up to take this camp. We'll see what they choose to do. Shooting loss. Scouted out in this bush. Far forward. Stormbolt Fister. She's silenced. She kites left. Pops the Iron Skit. Follow up. Big blessed shield there. Earthquake. And solid balls. Purifier beam. Wow. Wow. Big calamity onto the Muradin. Other team members being done away. Wave of Thorst there. Pushes the Stukov. He responds with a bastard shove of his own, but it's not enough to stop Thrall from killing him. 11 kills to 4 here for Winky Face. Fights have been very much in their favor, especially this later half of the game. With the 3 takedowns in their Khazar camp, they're going to push right in on this wall, take at least the wall, and keep here. Should not be enough to win the game unless they stagger some deaths. But really open themselves up a big advantage here, moving towards level 20. Khazar sieging away. The members of Church of Murky mostly back up. Swift strike there. Going to finish clearing out the Khazars. Winky Face going to just retreat safely here. Ooh, they might be rotating bottom for this gank. Malfield stepped way too far forward. He's on the run on his mount. Dem, not enough to slow him down. Group way too late to catch him. But they'll get to this camp safely while Church of Murky responds with a shaman camp of their own. Genzer's backing for mana. Preparation for this phase. So Face is clearing out this bottom lane. Whilst the Church of Murky tries to clear out the camp. Winky Face gonna go ahead and pick up their Shaman camp. Here. Teams are assuming defensive positions on these Immortals. Even talent tiers. Need a team looking to throw the game at this point. Looks like a bait here coming from Church of Murky. They get that trade. Mouthfeel trade out onto the Immortal. Start burning his health down. Hungry Arrow. CG from far. They start to step back up though. Time their pressure based off the cooldowns that Church of Murky are throwing out. Tana's showing in the bottom lane. Clearing up the Shaman. Malfield also showing the top lane, so teams know they have a floating pool. Tana's coming in with the backside of step. Dem on the Murden. Rain of Vengeance throws on the Luning. Big Swift Strike by Genji there. X Strike, one from Brick House. Brick House able to teleport away. Big massive shove. Goalie's in super deep, able to Dwarf toss away. Avoiding this Purifier Beam from the Arcanus. But it's zoning out effectively for the fight. Stay a while and listen on to Genji. Genji slept, warp, and up. Actually, jogging to find him down there. Roger Cube out. Unique trying to use it. Ooh, last rights takes out the Deckard. Swap there. Not enough to keep Artanis alive. Two members. It's a 2-for-1 trade here in favor of Church of Murky. Church of Murky using the number advantage. Steps up. Starts converting the Immortal. They'll call it safe to force the halftime show here. See what Winky Face chooses to do in response. There's a minion mercenary camp just showed up top. Other than that, they might just have to wait 30 seconds till their friends are back. Gonna go ahead and clear out bottom lane here, it looks like. Church of Murky just gonna burn down that Immortal. Health falling fast. 4 members taking it out. Genji gonna be up in time to push it. Immortal should go top here. Five members, both teams. Look like they're going to be showing up top for this next epic battle with the objective here. Orb's out. Orion fails to dodge the orb. Clearing up the wave. Here comes the base. Full shield of the Immortal. This can spell a lot of trouble with the base if they aren't careful. Orb's coming out. Trying to siege away that minion wave first. One of the troubles is leaving there. Or orbs and arcane missiles just kind of stop on the first thing they hit, which makes it a little hard to do waves and such. Have high hit. Big lurking arm from Stukov, on the wades in nonetheless. Really trying to zone away the members from the Immortals, leaving these clean shots out into it. May eventually come out with battle on the Arcanus shield to keep him right alive. Deckard Kane. Nice dodge. More stuff over his hands. Looks like remember the Church of Murky got mostly what they came for. The Keep's gonna live with 93 health. Somebody maybe send Genji up there later to finish off, tickle that Keep to death. But for now, members of Church of Murky retreat to the bottom camp. Members of Winky Face gonna just clear their lane, ensure that their Keep survives for now. Members of Winky Face with their 6 kill advantage here, significantly closer to 20 than Church of Murky, though the structural advantage solidly in favor of Church of Murky. Be interested to see how the teams kind of react to this state. Looks like Church of Murky gonna siege into 20s here. They see 4 members showing top. They know they can get this wall safely. This should get them very, very close to 20, if not quite there. All the members face back. Look like they might try to chase this fight. But Church of Murky gets away safely. Big wave up here in the top. A couple members of Church of Murky gonna go soak that. Work on getting their 20s. Looks like most of them have walked right past it though. They're more interested in this camp. 5 members here. Winky Face collapsing on that. Their minions gave them the vision to do so. Oh boy, big split here at Church of Murky. Oh, missed the swap. Poor Spogino, not quite able to get the swap onto Big Gully there. Mercenary clip can't clear it up freely though. Both teams now have their 20s. Looks like we've got the massive shove and last rights upgrades picked up. We've got the better attack speed on the Vala. X-Strike upgrade picked up for Genji. and the avatar improvement for Muradin. Yeah. Interesting. Then on the side of Winky Face, as both teams burn, relatively even halftime show here. Wow, very close. Repulsion, Zealot Charge, Bottomless Flask, Earth and Shields, blinded by the light on the side of Winky Face. Mortals go to defensive positions. Nice brawl here, 20 into 20. Big swap for Artanis, puts Stukon right in the middle of everything. Earthquake, and Artanis all able to finish him off. 60 seconds. Church of Murky will be without a healer. Lions coming out. Side of Winky facing very deep. Burning down this Mortal left halftime show. Immortal Sun comes out, catches 3, hits 1, able to pop Iron Skins to keep up through it. Siege away on the Immortal. Artanis jumps in. Wow, that Shaman Camp left uncontested down the bottom lane. Took out the entirety of bottom keep. This Immortal has a fort and keep to go through, so even though Stukov down for 30 seconds, looks like Genji might try to go on a secret mission here in the top lane. Take down the second fort. Here he comes in. Swift Strike, there it is. Top keep down. Both keeps down on the side of Winky Face. Genji gonna back here, and now we have the Siege. This is likely to take the keep here. But with a 5-man defense, may not be able to take the game. It doesn't take the game. Keep an eye on the top lane here. Studio drops low. Big swap out there from the Artanis. Oh boy, Avatar popped by Begully. X-Strike onto all the members of Winky Face. Muradin in super deep. X-Strike again from the resets. Last strikes on the Decker. He's able to potion through it. Holy cow, 3 X-Strikes, 4 X-Strikes in one fight. Shock just popping off. Will it be enough? It is not enough. His deflect cannot keep him alive. Oh boy. Bottom keep falls. Malthael chasing Deckard as hard as he can, but his presence is not going to be enough to drop the old man. He's seen plenty of demons in his day. He is not phased at all. Artanis, oh boy, big swap onto the Stukov. Rain of Vengeance. Poor guy. Things were looking good on the side of Church of Murky, but then a bunch of these staggered deaths here, and looks like Winky Face might just press in here. A lot of time left on the cooldowns for the deaths of Church of Murky. Should spell the end of the game here. The catastrophic on the board here. BC go check out his own potions there. Falls. The keep is falling to 90%. Shields being stripped off the face core. It's not going to be in time. 50% left on the core. 3 members still down. Wow, Deckard murdered by Muradin. Valis shelling away from Li Ming, but it's even so not quite enough. Game 1 goes over to Winky Face in a well-fought battle. What a game, says Thrall, and I am inclined to agree. That was a fun one. Looking at the post-game screen here. Lots of damage coming out from the Val and the Li Ming. Pretty clean game on both sides. Malthael had kind of a lot of deaths, but that's kind of comes with the territory. You hope when you maybe get to 20, sometimes you take that none can stop death talent to let you go in, eliminate someone on the other side, and then bring yourself back to life for a numbers advantage for the entire 60 seconds if the other team's short a person. Experience very even on both sides. Here's the talents if you're maybe scouting the other teams, seeing what's hot in the Nexus. But yeah, excellent game 1. I'll be back shortly with game 2. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Cody Kraz, and I'll be coming back at you very shortly with game 2. Ah, do this every time. Anywho, coming back, I'm Cody Kraz. I'm bringing you Game 2 of Church of Murky versus Winky Face. Game 1 was excellent. Man, a lot of back and forth team fighting. Winky Face really putting on the pain towards the end of the game. Game 2 was going to be on Towers of Doom. I think I had that slightly wrong in the overlay, but not to worry. But yeah, if you guys are ready, we're going to get going. Here we go. Towers of Doom. Very interesting map in HOTS. It's got a slightly different victory condition than maybe a regular map. You know, typically you just run down a lane and punch their corner until it pops. This map, you have to go around, get the bell towers, really figure out, you know, how are you going to trade effectively, how are you going to control the lanes. Controlling an entire lane gives you bonus shots onto the enemy core. In terms of what kind of heroes you look to see, you know, you might see a global to help rotate during triple phases. Man, Winky Face coming right away with that Genji ban. Don't want to see another triple, quadruple X strike like last game. If you didn't see it, go back, maybe somebody clipped it. It was incredible. 4 X strikes in one big team fight. It was sweet. Asmodean banned on the side of Church of Murky. Don't want to see an Asmodean rumbling down the lanes, putting his demon generals globally. Is it the lieutenants? No, I don't remember which it is. But yeah, generating a lot of lane pressure. It's Asmodean especially. Also, he's pretty much a pretty powerful mage now. He face bans the Stukov. You can take away a big sustain healer, get rid of that silence puddle. I think that's a good ban as well. But yeah, again, it looks like I've got around 8 viewers now. It's exciting. Welcome to the stream, guys. If you are enjoying the content, drop a follow. I'll be bringing plenty more NGS games this season. Excited to have you here. And again, I am on a 2-minute delay. So, please, if you do talk in chat, and please do, I will try to respond, but it might be a little later than you might expect. Rainer going to be banned out here on the side of Church of Murky, going back to the kind of meta bans that we talked about in Game 1. Winky Face going to have first pick here in Towers of Doom. Might be looking for a Dahaka type hero. Might be looking for Muradin. It's hard to say. Lots of viable comps here in this map. We're going to go with Diablo. I really like that skin. Yeah, Diablo Shadow Charge makes him a pretty good engaged tank. Lots of potential to bully the heroes, and there's some narrower chokes, some tighter little rooms you can be in as Diablo. Get the Shadow Charge off the wall, get the bonus stun, get the extra damage. I think that's a solid choice as tank. Church of Murky coming here to respond. They pick Urel, probably the best solo laner in the game. Very tanky, decent amount of wave clear, lots and lots of self-sustain. And Phoenix can be assassin, can be a solo laner, probably just the straight up assassin in this case. Notable for his shields, notable for sustained damage, and I also think it might be kind of a deny pick here. Lightning Breath plus Phoenix's Purification Salvo is an incredible combo, lots of damage.
I will fight
Jaina
to
and
my last
Rhaegar
breath.
drafted here on the side of Winky Face. Jaina, an awesome bursty assassin, short range, but pours out lots of damage and excellent wave clear. And Rhaegar, they still somewhat recently reworked some of the healing out of his ancestral healing and into his chain heal. Malthael going to be banned out on the side of Church of Murky. Don't want the Malthael to contest the Urel in the solo lane, which I think is a pretty good ban. Should increase their dominance in the solo lane, be it probably top lane. Might even use Urel to try to double soak while 4 members push bottom. Winky Face looking to respond here with a ban of their own. Lots of stuff. Might try to take away the Thrall to combo with the Phoenix. Take away the Muradin. Don't want to see an angry dwarf hopping around, brawling in their backline like it was last game. I think that's a solid ban. Looking at maybe a Joanna or a Garrosh on the side of Church of Murky in one of these next couple picks. Could also see in a noob to get down in on that Jaina and have the spell armor to sustain through Jaina's damage, or Jaina, pardon me.
So it begins.
Deckard Cain picked up Joanna.
The crusade calls.
Yeah, Joanna, very, very strong tank, and Deckard talked about him too. Two pretty meta heroes, very strong, standard picks. Joanna's got the slow to assist with Phoenix's slow to make sure his salvo gets a lot of damage. Probably won't be seeing a Planet Cracker this game, would be my guess, though you might see like a Stay a While and Listen type setup into it. So keep an eye on what alt Phoenix picks. Both of his pretty impactful. See a lot of choices of both.
All shall suffer.
Hell,
Dark
it's
and Tychus
about
picked up.
damn time.
Winky face. I wonder, we might see Leoric entomb into a Diablo Lightning Breath, into Tychus throwing the Odin spells on top of that, and Jaina tossing a Blizzard, a Cone of Cold, and a Frostbolt, and just a really big blow up inside the box. Looks kind of scary too. I mean, Phoenix can warp out of that, but Deckard, his only escape might be like a Lornado to push away the members. Looks like a Gul'dan
will
too.
not be denied.
Yeah, both sides, very solid comps. Looks like no swaps are happening here. Although if I recall, no, I'm just thinking wrong. Anywho, I was thinking Bagully was the healer last game for some reason, but I think I'm just wrong. Excellent draft here. We're going to go ahead and load on into the game. Chat, if you're there, go ahead and toss who you think is going to win, who you want to win. That could be, keep track of that, see what you guys think based on these drafts. I think looking at it, I kind of got to go with the side of Winky Face. They looked really strong in team fights last game, and I think if they have the execution in this game, man, the amount of blow up on that side, whew, just oodles and oodles of damage. Tychus also a pretty nifty pick to kind of keep down the effectiveness of Joanna and Yrel with his trait that does the percentage damage. Here we are into the game.
Prepare yourself for battle, heroes.
Into the game. On the blue side, we've got Ellerin on Deckard, Orion on Phoenix, the Gully on Joanna, J-Show on the Yrel, and Shock on the Gul'dan. And on the side of Winky Face, in the red, we've got VZ on the Rhaegar, Tudimas on the Diablo,
The battle begins
Jenzers
in
on Tychus,
10
Brickhouse on
seconds.
Jaina, and Spogino on the Leoric.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Picking their initial
1.
talents.
Fight.
And yeah, make sure you keep an eye on Jaina's quest over the course of the game. Looks like Echoed Corruption is going to be the pick for Gul'dan here. Once she gets enough damage there, she'll get her Ice Block. Make a big difference in some of these fights, potentially. Deckard throwing potions all over the place. Jaina gets some Blizzard here. They clear that way with it. So they just march up to the top to do their own thing. Wave cleared quickly by Winky Face and slightly slower by Church of Murky. Both teams rotate down the bottom lane. Wave cleared very quickly. Jaina looks like there's some aggression out here on the 2E and Diablo. Caught in that scroll of ceiling, rooted. But it's a Diablo. He's got at least 60 health points, so he's just fine. The team's kind of splitting a little more conservatively now. I guess Church of Murky status is going to just safely catch the experience in the mid lane. Sapper camps up now. Deckard has moved to his, and the side of Winky Face is moving to theirs as they have delivered this experience here. Dan just in time to pick that up. Team staying even in experience. Bagully and Jenzers hanging around mid lane. Looks like we won't be having any aggressive invades into the Sapper camp just yet. Both these teams can just pick them up, see if they can maybe fight it out in the bottom lane to push one side or the other in. Top lane both look fairly healthy. Shouldn't be seeing any major wins or losses in that lane as long as they're playing pretty safe. Last player out here working on the Sappers. Sappers also working on the Sappers. Casting this Corruption, casting this Fell Frame. Red Sappers have been cleaned out. Blue Sappers still pushing here. Okay, she's just sitting back, gonna just safely catch the wave, figure it out just fine. Saw Yrel kind of double soaking the lane there. Forming Church of Murky here, engaging onto 2D Moss. Takes out the Horizon Cube, the Scroll of Ceiling. But the Scroll of Ceiling will not connect with anything but the gate. 4 is online for both teams. And it's Church here, mid lane. Mate stays in the bottom. Tychus just can't do his job. 3 altars here in the first phase. 30 seconds till that happens. Looks like Leoric's maybe taking a bit of a beating here in the top lane. He's got his W to sustain him, keep him alive. Wave pushing into J show. He's gonna just hop in, splat on it, down with his hammer, and the wave's gone. BO double soak here. Big stuff pushing him down there. Bottom. Tychus removed by the scroll ceiling. Potions. Leoric gonna channel the offers alter in the top right. As we have 4-4.
Demands it.
He wants big shadow charge out here. Iron Skin has to be popped. Scroll ceiling catches Diablo. He's rooted. Down coming in. Felt plane. Shooting him off. Dropping super low. Oh, and she falls to the Gul'dan's corruption damage over time. Man, Joanna has no fear. She weighs in. Secures the triple kill, giving her own life in the process. 3 for 1 favorite Church of Murky. They've come ready to fight this game. Here. 36 to 32 shots in favor of Church of Murky after that last skirmish. All the members of each team are back up now. Fight. Gate falls on the side of Winky Face, but they are not able to secure either tower just yet. Sappers are coming back online here in the bottom lane. No Sappers have been cleaning the top lane yet. 7's online from the side of Church of Murky after those kills, and the tower now taken out. Ooh, they're going to go for an aggressive debate here. It's G. I would describe it with Diablo charges in, separates the John from her team, scrolls to the ammo, board away the members. Looks like they'll just retreat. Church of Murky will. Back to their own camp. Stop trying to steal each other's cookies. Instead, just eat their own packed lunch. Sappers now pushing on the bottom. Winky Face pushing out that lane. Looks like Winky Face will not invade. They're content with their... Ooh, maybe they will. Team loss. And he flips the Gul'dan. Blizzard out, slows him, shook his slow, the grenade. Tychus not quite enough to finish him. Deckard gonna toss out potions, heal up the Phoenix and the Deckard. Church of Murky able to secure the Sappers. Face be able to push the Sappers into the bottom wall. I am not certain. Big condemned by Pagola. She's in super deep. Tychus pops his train. Iron Skin pops so she can wait away. Big scroll of ceiling saves Joanna's life. Bell Flame out onto Diablo. He's getting plenty in the Rhaegar healing totem. 2 shrines spawning here in 15 seconds. As the bottom Sappers here being cleared out by the over... I've forgotten what this game is called.
The time is now.
Anywho.
Claim the altars in
Middle lane, middle shrine. Ooh, big shadow charge. Shadow charge back away from Blizzard, but Hero has a million hit points, able to make it out safely. Brick house dropping super low. Jaina gives chase, but her team isn't with her, so she has to back off. Teams retreat in shrines, 32 to 28 in favor of Church of Murky. As teams retreat, gonna go just soak some more experience. Church of Murky slightly ahead in experience. This is kind of where we were at last game. Church of Murky just slightly ahead in the early game. Church of Murky also has 2 kills, faces 1. But it's still a very, very close game. Ooh, Joanna holding that bush. Nobody's flashlighted it or anything yet. See if she gets a surprise engage if somebody rotates through there. Diablo thinking about face checking it, but there we go. Now the 2 tanks face off. Huge corruption catches all 4 members of Winky Face. Lots of pressure there on the Rhaegar. Chain heal. Drops totem in response to the heal up all of his team. He's pushing ahead a little bit. Clearing up the minion wave. All members looking pretty cold. 10 has been secured on the side of Church of Murky. They'll be looking to press this fight. Check out the heroics coming in. Stay alive and listen to Ardent Defender. Blessed Shield. Horrify. Stand. Phoenix has the Purification salvo. Church of Murky looking to finish off this bottom tower here. Corruption out. Catches Tome the land. Big root on the Jaina. Quenz comes out from Rhaegar. 10 on 9 for Winky Face. Pardon me now as well. Ring of Frost. Ancestral Healing. Odin. Got the Apocalypse. And York holding his ult so far. He's gone. Big Horrify here, catches 2. Diablo feared in the middle. Ring of Frost comes out, catches Gul'dan. Apocalypse also going to catch Gul'dan. Diablo with the Ancestral Healing comes through. Shock, dropping low, casting Felt Frame, trying to war with team. Both teams still have 5 members left. Diablo Shadow charge in, overpower onto the Orion. Oh, Gul'dan falls. Rel jumping in, trying to make space for her team. Orion trying to get away. Able to do so. 1 member falls on the side of Church of Murky, but no one on the side of Winky Face. They will be able to successfully channel that altar, bring the altar score to a tie. Dan down for another 6 seconds. Looks like Winky Face will not immediately invade the Sapper camps. Health bars are pretty high. Vegar's mana's low. He's going to go ahead and pick that back up. Church of Murky picking up their Sappers. Both solo laners double soaking effectively. The Orc going to miss a couple of minions worth of experience in the top lane here, but will show up before all is lost. Joanna coming here aggressively looking to overpower Unified Diablo. Joanna pops her Iron Skin to get away. And again, we've got the 2 teams just kind of playing Towers of Doom, taking it slow, trading back and forth. Nobody stepping too far forward, waiting too passively, just doing their thing. Finish this Echo quest. Big Purification Salvo out here. Phoenix catches 4 members. Durell jumps in fear onto the Rhaegar. Rhaegar falling back as quickly as he can. Durell with nice body block slaps him with baseball bat into the triangle. Phoenix is able to finish up the kill. Kill's now 4-2 in favor of Church of Murky. They're going to go ahead and try to siege down this bottom fort. Altar showing up in 20 seconds. They want to convert this to get 5 shots instead of 4 if they can. There's a base just going to let that happen. Looks like they're playing safe. Anyone's going to back. Half health bars. Mana. Bottom altar falls here. Leoric, however, does successfully push a minion wave to the middle lane during that gank. So keeps them pretty even in experience. Catch part of the minion wave.
The altars have
Altar
risen.
has spawned 5 members on both sides. Church of Murky, if enough time passes, will get 13 kills. Fights Ogino though. Indeed, much for that king. Altar channel does go over Church of Murky. They collect their 5 shots. Ancestral does land. Health Mount Eller running out of mana. Not a lot of health here on the side of Church of Murky. Shadow charge on the J-Show. He's able to jump away though. Oaken has been popped. It's shelling away on J-Show with 500 health left there. He heals up his team. Looks like this engagement is over. 13 about to be reached, and there it is for Church of Murky. Winky Face will probably take this time to go pick up that bottom bell tower. If we don't see Church of Winky Face picking up the bottom bell tower, Church of Murky might respond with taking mid here, might respond with taking boss. Looks like they're going to siege down mid. Face takes back the bottom tower. Let's see how I feel about this. Control the bottom tower, definitely worth a lot on this map. You have the 2 camps down here on the bottom. Can score you a lot of points when you push those sappers across the death line here at the back. So if you hold bottom, you've got access to both camps. You can continually put pressure on the bottom team, ruin their rotations, really put pressure on them where they have to babysit and stop the sappers from being supported. I think I might have allocated a little more force bottom to prevent that tower. Church of Murky. Sappers picked up from both sides. Teams posturing around. Both teams about to be level 14. 3 altars spawning in 15 seconds. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This has been a very fun back and forth battle. I appreciate you all being here. Diablo, aggressive bait here. Bring it Frost, catches 3. Apocalypse is the follow-up. Big Purification salvo out here. Ancestral does land on Tychus. Decker Kane pulled in, drops. Jaina falls. He's able to teleport away. Tychus giving chase to Gul'dan. He is able to retreat, however. Rhaegar looking to get the channel, but does not. Big jump in by Urel. Bats away 2 demons. Fighting is happening everywhere. Looks like Gul'dan's going to drop. Phoenix is going to drop. Face does not crack under the pressure, and instead managed to finish this fight very well. With 4 members alive, they're going to get the channel through. They'll have 5 members in just a few seconds here. They're going to go ahead and take the channel. They won't be trying to be greedy. Maybe take a bell tower beforehand, and I think that's just fine. 20 to 19. So close. Team's backing, healing up. Neo doing his best to keep up the double soak. In terms of structures here, we've got wall missing up top, wall missing mid. Ooh, bait coming bottom here. Let's go ahead and check out what's happening there. Just barely holding on is this tower with 51 hit points.
Heroes, I have opened a tunnel near our core.
Tunnels are now open. If you are like me and for a long time didn't know what that meant, on each side you've got these tunnels shown in the middle there, and if you go from there, you'll show up in the middle. Makes it easier to access different parts of the map. It makes it a quicker comeback from spawn in certain cases. Another unique feature of this battlefield. Also, while we're talking about the battlefield, taking the boss in this map does grant 4 shots on your opponent's core. And as I alluded to earlier, pushing sappers across the death line on the enemy's side will score you a point per sapper pushed across. 2 solo laners here doing an excellent job picking up the double soak. 16's reached on both sides. Both sides going to pick up their sapper camps. Experience very even, kills very even, everything very even in this very tight game. The only margin here really is Church of Murky is ahead by 1 point due to controlling the bottom tower during the last 2 altar phases. Anywho, 2 altars activating on top, 2 sappers pushing symmetrically in the bottom lane. Looks like the teams might just go ahead and trade these out. Even talent tiers, probably not a whole lot to gain by aggressively invading. And that's what's going to happen. 16-15 now. Boy, this is a nail biter of a game. Excellently postured, excellently macroed by both teams. Execution has been quite good on both sides. Deckard's got his super healing potions scattered around for his team to sustain. Teams get postured here 15 minutes into the game. 17 reached on the side of Winky Face. They're starting to push a slight experience lead. Looks like the York, though, could come in and join this fight. We might have trouble brewing the bottom lane here for Church of Murky. Oh, he steps forward. Here comes the York in the back line. Big corruption, big fear onto the Jaina. Jaina's gonna fall. Salvo on the Tunimas. Odin popped. Essential lands on Tunimas. Vegar running for his life, being chased by Urel. Oh, Odin popping out his missiles. Lots of damage everywhere. Our defender popped. Heroics down on both sides. Apocalypse still up for Diablo. Notably also Ring of Frost for Jaina, but Jaina has died, so she won't be casted in this fight.
Rise from the depths.
6 kills to 5 now for Church. Altar's activating in 20 seconds. Jaina should be up near enough time to contest mid. She takes the Diablo Shadow Charge down onto the gully. Plasma Cutter coming around. Scroll lands on 2. Vegar drops his healing totem. But Church of Murky is captured again. Bottom. Jaina coming back. Heading straight for that tunnel. Her team's going to contest mid. Church of Murky captures bottom. Fight brewing here. Diablo looking at the channel. Drell steps up. Crossfold lanes under Drell. She's rooted. Shadow Charge dropping very low as J-Show and she falls to the Tychus. Drell down now. Echo Corruption comes out. Takes a couple. This fight looks pretty effectively zoned. 3 shots over on the side. The Arc has to pop his ult to get away. By King Tunimas. Shadow Charge on 2. Dan wipes him out. 3 members now down the side of Church of Murky. Winky Face can only take map control as they finish off the Decker Kane as well. 5 members up now. They look like they are going to go back. Take the... What will they do? Kind of thought they were going to go take their safe bell tower. Looks like they might take this aggressive sapper camp instead. I think that's a good choice. Keep an eye on what Church of Murky do when they respawn as well. They see them look to sneak a boss to equalize the pressure that's being generated here. A couple members going to escort in the sappers. We'll watch that happen as Tychus works down the bell tower on his friendly side. 3 sappers about to be sent in here. Rhaegar working on taking the sappers on his own side. Jaina casts Blizzard there. Gets in a bunch of damage. That keep is now at half health. Rhaegar taking out this camp. Deckard about to spawn. Members of both sides going to be all up here. 13 to 10 on the side of Church of Murky. Man, an exciting back and forth game here.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
About to be level 20 for Winky Face. They'll have a pretty big window here to do what they want with the map. And like I talked about, looks like Church of Murky is going to go ahead and try to sneak the boss while Winky Face takes the altar in the bottom lane. I like that play a lot. Online, we've got the Ice Blink, Death March, Storm Shield, Big Red Button, and Lord of Terror on the side of the base. Both bell towers online. Church of Murky knows the Winky Face is all in the bottom lane, so they're going to safely take this top piece. This is a very, very smart rotation from them. They don't quite get it before the altar is channeled, however. So now it's 8 to 6. Still in favor of Church of Murky. Also worth keeping in mind on this map, when you do take an opponent's keep, you do not get catapults in that lane, but if you manage to hold all 3, or I guess all 6 towers on the map, you'll start firing a shot every couple seconds during the opponent's floor. Church of Murky has taken the top camp. Basically just rotate through, safe to take it back. Urel working on pushing out the bottom lane there. If I'm Winky Face, I would really like to see them rotate bottom here, as 20s have been picked up by Church of Murky. You don't need this top camp. The top sappers were already just taken. Really, I'd like to see them pressure this bottom lane. Take the sappers and really just choke hold of the game. Looks like Winky Face must have scored a sapper there too. Now 7 to 6. Church of Murky very aggressively pushing across. They're going to look to put some damage onto this bell tower as well. Deckard tossing out the Healy potions. He's taking bottomless flats. Word of Glory, Radiating Faith, Unconquered Spirit on the side of Church of Murky. Dan still holding his 20.
The altar
Looks like he'll probably be choosing between Demonic Circle and the Horrify upgrade. Bagully in super deep there, does not get scouted out. She's going to retreat to her tower. 21 into 20. Levels even enough. Talents even. Skirmish starting here at the bottom lane. Looking to channel the tower. Big stay a while. Nexus forces to kill Jaina, however. Ancestral lands on Oath. Shadow charge by 2 months into the gully. Damage coming out everywhere. Big red button. Jaina has fallen. Again, just to make sure. But even with her down, Winky Face pushing in very aggressively. Now they're starting to back up. Well, jumping in. Trying to pull this Diablo around a little bit. But Diablo is oh, the Orc has snuck the channel. That was cheeky. Winky Face can get out now. Oh, I don't know if Duty wants to be able to, though. Diablo might have 100 souls, and does, so he'll be back up very soon. And man, bottom bell tower looking to be taken here, but it's 6-3 in favor of Winky Face. Very, very good steal by Leo there. Actually saved the game. Bottom bell tower taken by Church of Murky. Got some members coming back for mana, for health. Church of Murky can take this sapper camp with them and score, forcing in these sappers. But 5 members up on both sides. Ooh, Shadow Charge in by Tunima. She's there before her team. Tychus pops his train. Burning down. Diablo falling super low. He does not have his souls anymore. Big sleep. Big horrified. Salvo comes out. Drops Diablo. Rhaegar trying to run away with the shielding. 500 health on Tychus. They manage to get away. Will the Orc be able to make it away? No. Use a spooky trait value to slow the members of Church of Murky. But 2 members down. The sappers should be scored fairly easily by the side of Church of Murky. Going to even up the score, and Altar's coming up in 30 seconds. Diablo will be down for another 40. Oh boy. First channel wins. What do you got, chat? Who's going to take this? Looks like 4 members of Church of Murky going to go to the aggressive side. Winky face. Man, it's going to be a 4x4 posture here. But Gul'dan going to just channel his safely. This could be the end. York spook going to cross. Will he spawn in time to interrupt? Big good, but nope. Channel goes out. Church of Murky catches the... Man, what a clutch ending. Super, super good series. Man, the guys here watching, thank you again. Hope you enjoyed it. It was a heck of a matchup. 2 very, very evenly matched teams. Wow. That was wonderful. I'm at a loss for words. It was a very cool match to be a part of. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Keep an eye out. I've hopped into a lobby here. Hopefully a member of Church of Murky will come by, do a quick interview. Yeah, chat's been pretty quiet today, so I don't know. I assume you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. I thought it was a very cool match. Absolute pleasure to cast. Show you guys the talents here while we wait. Yeah, kills 11-9, favorite Church of Murky. They really executed their comp well. They, got a couple incremental advantages on Tower of Doom. And I guess, yeah, that was their map, so they were maybe a little better prepared for it than Winky Face was. But man, that was just a really, really cool series. Yeah, I really like the, yeah, the Diablo Apocalypse. Lots of really... I'm at a loss for words. Gul'dan had some excellent Horrifies to really help seal that game. Really had the Urel coming in hard, sealing up fights, body blocking, positioning well. And the Deckard Sustain was really hard for the side of Winky Face to deal with. Joanna, really cool. Going in deep, getting stuff done. Yeah, it was a super cool series. The Battlefield of Eternity, really back and forth. Both Immortals going both ways. Very, very evenly matched teams. Keep an eye out for both of these teams. And then, yeah. I'm not seeing anyone coming to join.
Yeah, first game was tight too.
Yeah, it was.
Alrighty, looks like we have Shock here from the Church of Murky. Welcome.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing well.
Yeah, that was an incredible series to watch. Absolute pleasure to cast. How are you feeling after that second game?
It was good. We were happy to win that. That was 2 really, really tight games. Could have gone either way, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys got caught out a little rough in the end of the first game there, but really showed that you'd been, it looked like you were maybe a little better prepared on Towers of Doom. Did you feel that way as well?
Absolutely, yeah. We definitely feel more comfortable on Towers. Haven't done a whole lot of Battle of Eternity, but thought we had a good chance to win that first game too. But the other team played well and was able to make it happen.
Yeah, so you played Gul'dan in that last match. You had a bunch of really clutch Horrifies. That was it's really cool. You play that hero a lot. Is that one of your maybe favorites to play, or is that just kind of another one in the bag of tricks?
Yeah, he's one of my favorites. I like the Horrify is such a powerful ult, so it's fun getting to drop those down and try and change the game a little bit.
Yeah, you held your 20 pick for a little bit. Were you considering going Demonic Circle, or was that just mostly you just didn't have time to pick the Horrify right away?
I thought about going Demonic Circle. I was toying with the idea, but they were grouping up, and I was able to step up pretty easily. That Leoric was giving me some trouble, so
yeah,
that's kind of why I was thinking to maybe go that way, but decided to go with the Horrify.
Yeah, that was sweet. So thinking back to game one, do you have any thoughts about that, or things you maybe taken away that you want to work on for the next series you have?
We're definitely going to go back and review it, kind of see what we can learn from it. Like I said, we felt like it was a really close match as well. I think we got a couple of early immortals and gave us a little push there early, but they kind of made some plays late to get them back into it. So there's always something you can learn from those games. So we'll have to go back and take a look and see what we can get better at.
Yeah, that was awesome. Do you guys know who you're playing next, or was this your last match of the week?
That was our last match of the week, actually.
Okay, cool. So, well, best of luck next week, I guess. Before I let you go, do you have any shout outs you want to make?
Shout out to my team. Hoping to continue to get better and see if we can get some more wins.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys are looking good. Looking forward to seeing more of you guys over the course of this season. It's fun to cast, and best of luck to you.
Great, thanks.
Yeah, take care. So yeah, there you have it. That was a shock from Church of Murky. Seems like they're going to be going places. They look really solid. Thanks everyone for tuning in. It was a blast having you. I'll be ending the stream shortly. I'll fire over to some NGS game that I can find on, so stick around. If you liked what you saw, drop a follow. It's a pleasure. I'll be seeing more of you guys soon. So take care.